Welcome to the 10, the channel where accidents turn awesome. Today, I bring you a list proving that sometimes mistakes are worth millions. Get ready to discover 10 famous inventions born by accident, from delicious foods to scientific breakthroughs that changed history. If you like learning while laughing, subscribe and hit like before your coffee gets cold. Things are about to get curious. Teflon, the slippery miracle that changed kitchens. Roy Plunkett was trying to create a new refrigerant gas when one cylinder stopped releasing anything. Opening it, he found a white powder that barely reacted with anything. Without realizing it, he discovered polytetrafluoroethylene, a super smooth material nothing sticks to. Years later, that failed experiment became the soul of Teflon, the star of non-stick pans. Proof that even your failures can end up organizing your life. So next time your omelet slides off perfectly, thank that stubborn cylinder. Nine. Post-it, the glue that didn't want to stick. At 3M's labs, chemist Spencer Silver tried to make a super strong adhesive, but got a weak one that peeled off easily. For most people, that's failure, but not for his coworker Art Fry, who thought, what if we use it to mark pages without tearing them off? And so, the Post-it was born, hero of offices and forgotten reminders everywhere. Proof that even your failures can end up organizing your life. 8. Microwave, the melted chocolate that sparked an idea. Percy Spencer was working on radar equipment when he noticed a chocolate bar in his pocket had melted. Curious, he tested popcorn kernels and found that electromagnetic waves could heat food. That's how the microwave was born, and so was our love for reheating pizza in seconds. Thanks, Percy, for not checking your pockets first. 7. Penicillin, the mold that saved millions. Alexander Fleming left a dish of bacteria while he went on vacation. When he came back, he found a strange mold had killed everything around it. What others would have tossed out, he turned it into one of medicine's greatest discoveries, penicillin. That dirty plate started the antibiotic era and saved countless lives. So if your room's a mess, relax. Maybe you're one accident away from curing something big. 6. Superglue, the stickiest mistake ever. During World War II, a team of scientists were trying to make durable optical materials, but instead created a substance that stuck to absolutely everything. It was so annoying they abandoned it. Years later, someone thought, what if we use it as glue? And superglue was born. From a useless invention came one that holds the world together, and sometimes your fingers too. Irony at its finest, those who hated it ended up sticking their names in history. Velcro, the most productive dog walk ever. George de Mestral went for a walk with his dog and noticed some burrs sticking to his coat and the dog's fur. Instead of swearing, he looked at them under a microscope and found tiny natural hooks. From that came the hook-and-loop system, Velcro. Inspired by nature, this invention became essential in clothing, shoes, backpacks, and even spacesuits. All thanks to a dog, a walk, and a good dose of curiosity. And you thought your walks were just for stretching your legs. 4. Silly putty, the goo that was useless until it wasn't.
During the war, scientists were trying to make a rubber substitute. One of them mixed the wrong ingredients and ended up with a stretchy, bouncy, sticky blob. Silly putty. Nobody knew what to do with it until someone tried it as a toy. Today, that silly goo is a childhood icon. What began as a chemical flop became a bestseller and symbol of fun. The lesson? Not every failed experiment ends badly. Some just need a curious kid. 3. LSD. Chemistry's most accidental trip. Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann was working with ergot derivatives when he accidentally absorbed a tiny amount. Soon after, he began feeling strange effects and decided to test it deliberately. That's how LSD was discovered. Though controversial, his finding opened doors in psychology and neuroscience. One small accident led to one of science's most famous trips. If that's not a psychedelic story, what is? 2. Champagne, the most elegant mistake ever made. In the chilly French vineyards, some wines began fermenting a second time inside the bottle, creating gas. Winemakers saw it as a flaw until a monk named Dom Perignon tasted it and loved the bubbles. Champagne was born. What started as a fermentation failure became a global symbol of celebration. Every pop of a cork is a toast to the tastiest error in history. 1. Potato chips, the revenge of an impatient chef. In 1853, a grumpy customer kept returning his fried potatoes for being too thick. Fed up, Chef Crumb sliced them paper thin and fried them until crisp. To his surprise, the customer loved them, and potato chips were born. From a kitchen tantrum came the world's favorite snack. What began as a culinary revenge became a global classic. So, next time you eat chips, remember, they were born out of anger and ended in pure happiness. And there you have it, 10 inventions that prove mistakes can be awesome. From mold that saves lives to fries born from frustration, the world would be a lot duller without these happy accidents. Tell me in the comments which one surprised you the most. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because here on the 10, you never know if the next mistake might become an epic invention.